Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good morning everybody. Welcome to the weekend edition of the AccessToTrader.com nightly video or morning video. Right now it's around right before noon Saturday morning. Hope everybody is having a great start to your weekend. We are 5 days away from Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving is officially the start of the holiday season. Again, people who love Halloween would debate me with that, but it is what it is, to each his own. And I'm excited, right? I'm excited to get a little bit of downtime, to relax a little bit, to kind of, decompress and all that good stuff. We are going to have a pretty aggressive holiday travel season. Thanksgiving is usually the biggest travel season of the year. So probably around Tuesday, you're going to start seeing some volume starting to taper off. By Wednesday, you're probably going to see a really big difference in the previous day's action. A lot of channels will probably start to contract instead of expand. And obviously, Thanksgiving, we are off on Thursday and we are closed on Friday. So let me be the first person to wish you a very happy and, I guess, healthy, right? Thanksgiving to you and your family. Guys, Kylie, take a moment out, take a second. Thank you very much for spending a couple of moments with us, and click a like on that like button, right? Support the channel. Thank you very much. And hopefully, again, I will continue to do my best. So, I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. I really am. I really am. I saw some really, if you're on social media, and a lot of us are on social media the whole day, people unfortunately just kind of ripping out their hair. We don't know what to do. The market comes in every single day. And unfortunately, you're programmed from a very young age as a trader, not necessarily as a baby, but as a trader is, you buy and hold and hope, and it's great, right? I mean, traditionally, the bull market over the last 2,000 years, I'm obviously exaggerating, is going to make you right. Whatever you are long today, as long as it's a fundamentally structured company with good cash flow and good growth potential, you're going to be fine. No matter if you're long Amazon or Microsoft or Meta or Google or Tesla, you're going to be fine 5 years from now, 3 years from now, hell, maybe in a week from now, right? But the point is, if you are a trader, right? If you are a trader and you are an active participant in the market, there's been so much data, right? Just in the last, 2-3 weeks, if you've been watching this broadcast, that kind of led you here, right? That really led you here. And, the one thing I've always said, if you want to be a professional trader, be a professional trader. If you want to be a long bias, buyer and holder of stock, own it, be that. But, once things start to deteriorate, things start breaking down, it's very, very tough to put yourself in a situation that technical damages are occurring, and all you can do is moan and gripe how the market's coming in and your portfolio is being depleted. There's signs, man. There's been signs for weeks and weeks and weeks. And the first day that we closed below the 50-day moving average, I said, guys, this is a sell signal. There's, again, I don't know where this whole I don't know where this whole narrative is coming from. The market is oversold as of Friday. Okay, and we were down 3% on the Qs for the week. As of Friday, we entered the new week up 15.5% for the year on the Q2Q. So the idea that you can say we're oversold is, look at the data. We're 15.5% year over year, still green. So the idea that we are oversold is just not true, right? It's just not true. But again, if you've been watching this broadcast and you are an active trader, it's been a really, really strong week. Really strong week, like we talked about on the very first day that the NASDAQ closed below the 50-day moving average. It was a sell signal that there's nothing more to discuss. As you can see from the 50-day moving average, as soon as we broke that closed below that 607 level, we traded all the way down to 580 on Friday. The one thing we discussed as well, again, once we get below the 50-day moving average, again, you can go see how 2022 played out when we were down 30% for the year, we're not going to go straight down. There's going to be violent spikes. And that's the whole thing that you're seeing over and over again. You're seeing these violent spikes. And unfortunately, as soon as you see this big uptick in the futures, people will say, no, that's the bottom, right? That's the bottom. That's their automatic defense mechanism. That's the bottom. What they don't realize, the majority of these rallies are turning into lower high scenarios, and all stocks are doing is running right back into supply, right? Where they broke down the day before. That's kind of the rinse repeat scenario that if you go back to the data and look at the data from 2022, you'll see that 85% of 2022 were really aggressive days to the downside. And then you'll have these wonderful rallies that are, the Qs could be up 10, 12 points off the low of the day, only to kind of resume in the next few days back to the downside. And that's going to continue to occur until we reclaim back the 50-day moving average. Here is where the bulls got the gut punch, right? So NVIDIA came out with earnings. If you guys remember Wednesday's video, right? NVIDIA came out with earnings, and I said NVIDIA needs to get above 296, 296, 296. That's me, the big number, 296. If we could get back above the 296 level, there's a really good opportunity for the bulls to finally reclaim back the 50-day moving average. If you look at the high of the day, right? If you look at the high of the day on earnings day of NVIDIA, what was the high of the day? Right? 296. Again, technical analysis is not random. We're not guessing. It's clues. It's data. It's telling you to trade off the data. The craziest part of what I've seen, and I've been doing this now, I'm almost at my 27th year anniversary, right? Not that far away. I'm like 4 or 5 months away, right? The one thing, and I said this that day in the webinar, and this is a pretty strong statement. Again, I've seen pretty much every scenario right now. I'm not really shocked at a lot of things. Thursday's session was probably one of the most eye-opening sessions I can remember in a very long time. So we gapped up about to 612, 611, 612 on the Qs, and you kind of see that. You kind of see that on. Excuse me, I apologize. We gapped up to 614, right? 614 on the Qs, well above the 50-day. It was $7 above the 50-day. It lasted for 90 minutes. If you guys remember, the whole earnings season, all we've been seeing is no matter what a company reports, they've been selling it off. Meta, Microsoft, crappy earnings, they sold it off. PLTR, beats top, beat bottom, sold it off. No matter what they say, they sold it off. And NVIDIA actually held up for like 90 minutes, right? And we say, all right, we're probably gonna build the base as long as we close above 607. We're golden, baby. We're golden. Christmas is back on. It lasted for 90 minutes. One of the most aggressive sell-offs I can remember in probably ever. We went on the Qs from 614 all the way down to 584. It felt like that. One of the most aggressive sell-offs I can see. But it gave you, if that wasn't like the biggest clue of what type of market you're in, I don't know what you're watching, right? Because the next day, the market gapped up. And the first thing I said in the webinar, I go, there's no possible way you can convince me. How are people buying the next day's gap up after we just literally sold off like 28 points from the top to the bottom on the Qs? How can you be buying into strength? And guess what happened the next day? They sold off the market as well. And if you look at the pivots, I mean, and I've been saying this for years and years and years. Anybody who's been kind of listening to me for years and years, there's nothing good happens below the 50-day moving average. And especially the previous day when the market was screaming at you, literally screaming at you top to bottom, hey, we just sold off more good news. We couldn't hold on to the 50-day moving average. And again, people bought the gap up, right? People bought the gap up on Friday, and pre-market on Twitter, I wrote up on like as the famous, I forgot which figure I use, but I go I'm paraphrasing, as the great Galileo or Socrates once said, "I am buying shit," right? And lo and be sure, again, we were ready for every single downside channel. NVIDIA 179.85. Again, that was the previous day's low. 179.85 short, right? NVIDIA got absolutely slammed in the morning. Again, guys, we're not looking to to guess the closing price. It took out this whole channel here, traded down to under 173. Just massacred, absolutely massacred. Then you got Tesla. It's always going to be my biggest trade of the day. Tesla, we came in with a runner that I shorted below I added more through below the ranges, 394 and 393.71 short the 11-18 lows. Tesla got just slammed. I was done by 11 o'clock. I logged off, went to get a nice lunch, went to get a massage, just got absolutely slammed. Went down to 383. Why is 383 important? That is almost the November lows. That's kind of going to be a next leg down if it gets down there. So, I mean, massacre, absolutely massacre. One after another after another. Then you had Lamb Research, 138.30 short. Again, you will never find an upside pivot anywhere where I am when we're below the 50-day moving average. LRCX, right? Lost the 38.30s, traded down to 35. And then again, you had a big reversal end of the day. Who cares? Who cares? Micron got absolutely smoked. 199.60. That's the 50-day. Again, guys, the 50-day. Once they lose the 50-day, it becomes really aggressive. So Micron lost the 50-day. It put up, about a $7 candle. Again, everything reversed at the end of the day. Again, who cares? Again, the job is to win your interval, not to guess the closing price. AMD got smoked, 204, 204.53 short. Okay, AMD 204.53 went all the way down to 195. As you can imagine, the morning was super aggressive, and I was like, I'm done for the day. I'm done for the week. Again, what do you want to do? Apple, man, I tell you one thing, man. Apple continues to just baffle me. It just doesn't want to break down. It just doesn't want to break down. I don't know what it is. There's the act of I've been watching for this 20-day breakdown now for like a week. It still hasn't broken down. The only thing that didn't work, I shorted Uber. Went down like 50 cents. Nothing really. Came back out. I lost about $1 in it. Not here, not there. Doesn't really make a difference. Overall, I'm very, very pleased with the week. Going into Monday, look, you're going to continue to get these violent spikes just because, again, that's what the bear cycle. I don't want to use the word bull or bear market anymore. It's cycles. It's a bull cycle and there's a bear cycle. Unfortunately, guys, when you start trading, again, we've been in a bull market. As I said, I don't want to use the word bull market, but we've been in a bull scenario from 2022 to almost 2026, pretty much linear, right? And ironically, new traders, doesn't make a difference what kind of market it is. You're going to go through your growing pains, and that's understandable. So if you couldn't figure it out in a rabid bull market, I get what you're going through, right? I get what you're going through. The one thing is that you have to really embrace, and I've been saying this for years. If you want to be an investor, own it. Right? Be an investor. You don't need to look at your portfolio every single day. If you're long Apple, like I said, in 5 years, you'll be good. Amazon, you'll be good. Microsoft, you'll be good. And Nvidia, you'll be good. PLTR, you'll be good. If you're an active trader, you got to trade both sides of the market. I still to this day don't understand the phobia, the fear of trading the downside. I don't get it. It's literally the same thing as to the upside. The only difference is stocks go down a lot faster than they go up. It's like that theory of stairs up, elevator down. That's what you're seeing, right? That's what you're really, really seeing. And the idea of you're sitting there as a victim instead of figuring out how to trade both sides of the market is silly to me. It's always been silly to me. I've been discussing this for years and years and years. Again, God gave you 2 hands, gave you 2 ears, gave you 2 eyes. There's 2 sides of the market. And again, nobody's saying you have to go, every single day. But again, start with 1 share, practice, right? Start with 1 share, then graduate to 3 shares, then graduate to 8 shares, and graduate to 12 shares until you finally start figuring it out, right? But the idea that you are an active participant and we are suffering on technical damage for now, right? Again, eventually we get back above the 50-day moving average. I will be buy-sided once again. But the longer we stay below the 50-day moving average, you have to utilize. Your bank does not care. Your mortgage lender doesn't care that you're in a bear cycle, that you don't trade both sides of the market. It doesn't care. You still have to pay your mortgage. You still have to pay your bills. Your kids still need to eat. The idea of sitting and weighing it out, maybe it works, right? Maybe next week we reclaim back the 50-day moving average and we have this massive Santa Claus rally rally towards the end of the year. But again, take it to the flip side. 2022, we were in a sell cycle for 13 months. The most important part is, guys, you have to be able to handle every single type of rally if you want to be a true professional. If you want to be a shareholder, if you want to be an investor, cool, own that as well. But don't stress every single day. Your portfolio will be fine. Whether it'll be fine a week from now or a year from now, we don't know. Time will develop and you'll figure things out along the way. But if you want to be an active participant, again, you have to utilize both sides of the market. And the idea of sitting there groaning and moaning and bitching about it, it's not doing anything good. You're mentally burning brain cells and you're not proactively doing things that you can be doing to save yourself from all the misery of a victim of a market that's trading below the 50-day moving average. Anyway, guys, have a great wonderful weekend. Again, happy Thanksgiving. The first person is wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Again, if you are interested in pivots, guys, all it takes is 30 days to see if it's the right fit for you. Guys, God bless. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you on the field on Monday.